So I think the question I keep on asking myself with any of these activities, and events is a classic example on it, is, we can deliver a good experience on the day. So what? What happens next? And we're not in the entertainment business, so you need to provide an excellent experience on the day. That's a given. But I'm much more interested in when that person, who you've delivered not just a nice day, but a valuable day to, when they go back to the office, does something happen the next day, either initiated by him or initiated by you to continue that dialogue, just to keep things moving. And one thing we've certainly learned is that that sort of timeliness, the next day, is absolutely paramount. So, which takes me back to the planning discussion. If you have not planned for something to happen to that person the next day, that's not the thing that you're probably going to think of and execute within a 24-hour timescale. So you need to have that planned and ready and be ready to go and go hit him and her and all the other people who are at the activity. So there is no question there is a half-life which is very short, in terms of the interest level on someone. They might have been as engaged as punch on the day, but by a week's time they may have forgotten you entirely unless you've actually engaged and continued things in that time. So if there's one thing I've learned, it's have the plan ready, and press the button to actually continue that dialogue straight afterwards.
The place that's easiest to fall down is after the event follow-up. I mean, there's so much building up to an event, so much work putting it together. They're exhausting. If you've ever done an event, you know how exhausting they are. It's so easy to just say, whew, that's over, and kind of move on to the next activity, when really the follow-up is really crucial. So I think you have to definitely thank people for coming by your stand or listening to your presentation, and then always offering them something more to download, so you can capture them in your system and start gathering their digital body language and know what it is they're interested in, as well as follow up with a phone call if that's appropriate in your sales cycle.
Events shouldn't be a second thought. I think a lot of people add an event in as an afterthought, or think, well, let's do an event next month. And that really is a recipe for disaster. The best events are those that are well planned, have got really key objectives and measurement criteria, and where the audience acquisition strategy has been really carefully thought through to get the right people along to the event in terms of speakers as well as audience. People hate death by PowerPoint, and it's really key now that marketers think about innovative ways of engaging the audience on the day. Long has gone the day when you tuck away your mobile device and put it on silent. These days, the best events are going to be those that have a mobile device in your hand, either to look at the presentation material or engage with the other people at the event, or those who couldn't attend the event in real time. The choice of location speaks volumes. It not only says something about your brand and what your values are, but also it says what you think about your customers and prospects as well.
So I think in terms of how we make our events more unique is that we try to focus on ensuring that we have good content, a clear agenda that meets the needs of customers, and also that we have good speakers as well. That's another really key piece. And then the third factor is making sure that you time the event appropriately. We see so many events that are full day events targeting business decision makers when it's unlikely that they'll be out of the office for that length of time for something relating to IT. So if you're targeting a business decision maker audience, really think about that and think about whether a breakfast briefing might be more appropriate. If it is a developer audience, then an all-day event, even going into the evening, might be appropriate because they just work in a completely different way. So I think those things are the main things that we think about when making an event.